Step 9. Making amends. The hardest conversations that heal everything.
All right, let's go there. Step 9. Made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. This step right here, it almost broke me, but it also made me whole again.
Yeah, step 9's a gut punch wrapped in grace. It's the step where recovery goes from talk to walk, from cleaning house on the inside to showing up outside, for the people we hurt, for the damage we did.
And let's just say it, making amends is terrifying. Like, can we just normalize that? Because if you're not at least a little bit scared walking into step 9, you probably skipped step 8.
Facts. If step 4 is where the skeletons come out of the closet, step 9 is where we knock on someone's door and say, "Hey, remember all those skeletons? Yeah, I brought flowers."
Right? But before we jump into stories and what to expect, let's get real about the why. Why do we make amends? Why not just say, "Hey, I'm sober now. I feel better, let's move on"?
Because recovery isn't about feeling better. It's about getting better. Big difference. Step 9 is about cleaning up the wreckage of our past. Not just for them, for us. Because guilt is heavy. And shame? Shame will rot your soul if you let it.
Yeah. Carrying shame was like trying to run a marathon with bricks in my backpack. Every lie, every broken promise, every time I disappeared on people who loved me, I dragged that weight into every relationship, even into recovery.
Same. I thought staying sober was enough, but I still had this tightness in my chest. I avoided certain names, certain streets, even old songs that reminded me of the harm I'd done. Step 9 was the first time I said out loud, "I hurt you, I was wrong, and I want to make it right."
Okay, so let's talk about the fear. Because that fear, it's paralyzing. Fear they'll slam the door in your face. Fear they'll say, "It's too late." Fear they'll say, "I never want to see you again." Or, worse, fear they'll forgive you, and you'll realize you have to forgive yourself too.
That was the hardest part for me, accepting forgiveness. I thought I didn't deserve it, but I also learned making amends isn't about getting forgiveness. It's about offering repair. You might not get closure, but you give honesty, you give dignity.
Let's talk about the how. Because not all amends are created equal. You can't just Venmo somebody $100 and call it spiritual growth.
Right. Making amends is not about dumping your guilt on someone else and calling it noble. It's not a confessional booth. It's not about us feeling better. It's about them being honored. Success in step 9 comes down to 4 things.
Timing. Don't rush in uninvited. Pray. Meditate. Check your motives.
Clarity. Know what you're making amends for and be direct. No excuses. No ifs or buts.
Respect. Sometimes the amend is not making contact. The big book says it clearly. If it'll harm them or others, we don't go there.
Willingness. Even if they slam the door, even if it goes sideways, you're doing your part. That's the win.
Okay, story time. Can I share the amend that scared the life out of me?
Only if I get to cry and then one-up you.
Deal. So, my brother. We hadn't spoken in 6 years. I stole money from him, lied to his face, missed the birth of his daughter because I was in a blackout. Making that amend, I put it off for months. Then one day, I called him. My hands were shaking. I said, "I was wrong. I hurt you. I want to make it right. I understand if you can't forgive me, but I need to own this." He didn't say anything for a full minute. Then he said, "I've been waiting for this call." We cried, we talked, we rebuilt. It's not perfect, but we're in each other's lives again. And I get to be Uncle Jake now. That's grace, man. That's step 9.
Okay, I'm a mess. That's beautiful. All right, mine. I had to make amends to my mom. She stuck with me through hell, watched me disappear into pills and lies. I manipulated her for years, used her guilt against her. When I sat down with her, I couldn't even get the words out. I just sobbed. She held my hand and said, "You're here. That's the only amend I need." But I didn't let it stop there. I paid her back. I showed up. I made coffee every morning. I listened. It wasn't about words. It was about changing who I was in her life. That's step 9. It's action, living amends.
Living amends. Let's break that down. Because sometimes we can't go back. People die. People cut us off.
Some wounds are too deep to reopen, so we live differently. We become the apology.
Exactly. If you can't make it right with them, make it right with the world. Sponsor someone, volunteer, show up. Don't disappear. Live in a way that honors what was broken.
And look, it doesn't always end with hugs and reunion. Some people said, no thanks. Some said, too little too late. And that hurt. But I respected it. Because this step isn't about fixing the past. It's about facing it, owning it, and moving forward with humility.
Let's throw in some humor, yeah?
Please.
Okay, so I once tried to make an amend to my ex-boyfriend through interpretive dance.
Stop.
Dead serious. It was a recovery retreat, okay? I was feeling the spirit. Next thing you know, I'm twirling to Hallelujah in front of 30 people, hoping he gets that I'm sorry I keyed his car. Spoiler alert, he did not get it.
Moral of the story: don't use modern dance as a communication strategy in step 9.
Correct. Use words. Use presence. Use honesty. Save the dancing for TikTok.
So, let's wrap this up. Step 9 is scary. It's vulnerable. It might be the hardest thing you ever do. But it's also where the healing really begins. It's where you stop hiding, where you stand in truth, and maybe for the first time, you feel free. You're
Not.
the only one with wreckage. We've all broken things, but we're also builders. Step 9 is about becoming builders of trust, of bridges, of new beginnings. And if you're listening to this thinking, I can't do it, it's too much, they'll never forgive me, just breathe, one step at a time. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be willing.
Yeah, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's walking through it with love.
All right, that's it from us today. If step 9 is ahead of you, know this: you're not alone. We've been there. We're still walking it. And the road gets lighter. It really does.
And hey, if you've made amends, tell us in the comments what it taught you. Your story could give someone else the courage they need. Please like and subscribe to our channel. It helps us show YouTube that we have content that is worth watching, and in turn, helps us reach more people who need the message, process, hope, and freedom that comes from following a 12-step recovery program. We're rooting for you. Keep coming back.
It works if you work it.
And you're worth it.